We open on a battlefield, in a city unlike anything ever seen in the modern world, flooded with blood and violence as armored humans wield weapons of strange blue crystal, striking down or capturing creatures of odd and colorful appearances, carting them off in chains as spoils in the final battle of a long-fought war. One of these creatures floats above it all, watching in anger and horror. It takes the form of a woman whose skin is made of translucent, multicolored glass. Its hair is long and white, kept out of its proud, indignant features by a crown made of sharp, black steel, and it wears a close facsimile of the dresses women of the court would wear on days of celebration. Royal blue and pale white fabrics hanging off its body at just the wrong angles. It mutters in a tongue unknown to mortal kind, words pointed at the sky. "Have you abandoned us?" Its voice is soft but vicious in tone. "I will not let you." Its solid black eyes shine white, and energy swirls around its body. For the barest of moments, it is nothing but pure and powerful magic. Then, as its form begins to fade, pushed beyond what it can contain, its voice echoes out over the lands for all the creatures of the place known as Althara to hear. "When the day is the darkest and the night is young, no longer will this world be ruled by war and blood. Creatures bearing the faces of those you trust will rise up and claim their rightful places. Then, when the time has come and the night is the brightest, they will lead this pitiful land to a new future, guided by a hand of their choice. For these creatures, these strangers of power, will be our Kingmakers." And with that, Elshana, child of the wind and ruler supreme of the City of Fire, leaving its final prophetic words to forever change the course of Althara's history, disappeared into the arms of death. Slowly, we pull back from this fantastical land of magic, war, and change into one much more familiar to us, to a small town on Earth just miles away from Madison, Wisconsin, a college town sharing the same name with a local university. Foxbury is a quiet place, but all quiet places hide something just beneath the surface. And this town is no exception. For if you peer past the fog and mist that seem to plague this sleepy place, you might find something magical, as stories breathe life and power to certain special humans known as Rifts. The Rifts we focus on today are sitting on a bus in the dead of night, a faceless driver taking all the passengers somewhere they could never know. It is a slow bus, and the people are impatient to get to airports, graveyard shifts at work, or to simply get away. Each has eyes fixed ahead or feet tapping against the cold floor, before suddenly, one by one, eyes widen. The bus jerks and swerves, the honking of the horn fills everyone's ears before everyone is flung forward, the momentary feeling of falling lingering in their guts before the emergency lights flicker on and everyone's eyes adjust. The bus is no longer in the middle of the road, but sitting diagonally across a snow-covered clearing in some sort of forest. The cold night of the winter solstice, quickly eating away at the fading heat of the now driverless bus. Welcome to City of Mist.
It's a magical, mystical time. It's anecdotal adventures.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the first episode of City of Mist Kingmakers. My name is Ashley, your Master of Ceremony, or MC for this game. I hope you enjoyed that little opening, and now it is my pleasure to introduce you to the players of this adventure. Now, why doesn't everyone go around the table and introduce yourself, and the character you'll be playing over the course of this new journey?
Hi, I'm Cassidy, and I'll be playing Mattias, aka Maddie, a college dude bro and a father of a little boy named Ezekiel, Rift of Typhon, who is also a father of monsters.
Hi, I'm Tele. I will be playing Adalaie Ponteva, who is a Rift of Nemesis. and I live on the Foxbury campus, and I'm a specialist for international aid.
Hello, I'm Sonya. I am playing Emma, who's the Rift of Athena. She's a German exchange student who loves history and teaching kids.
Hello, I'm Juno. I'm playing the character Jeanette Power. I'm the Rift of Hera, and I'm a French American that moved to Foxbury, Wisconsin, and now I'm enrolled as a college student at Foxbury College.
Hello, I'm Simon. I'm playing as Aron Frankel, Rift, whose Rift is King David, and a very antisocial Israeli exchange student.
Hey, I'm Celina. I play as Mara Galanis, the Rift of Hades. I hate everything, I guess, except my cat, Shadow.
Okay. And with that, we will pull out of the intro and jump right into the game of City of Mist. Now, you'll have to bear with us, because pretty much everyone here is very, very new to City of Mist. So, as said in the narration, you're all on the bus for various reasons, and it seems the bus has crashed. In any case, the driver is gone, and you were not where you were before. So why don't we run through what each of you wants to do as the emergency lights flicker on and you all come to see the darkness of the forest creeping in.
You mentioned it was cold, right? It's snowy?
Yeah, and it seems the heating in the bus isn't working anymore.
Immediately, I'm taking off my sweatshirt and like pulling stuff out of my bag and just wrapping Ezekiel in it.
Ezekiel has his eyes like half open and he looks up to you. What happened?
It looks like we got a little bit lost, but it's okay. And I'll like take off my hat and put it on him.
He leans into you, quickly passing out again because this is past midnight and he's a child.
And I will lean forward to the closest person to me that I recognize. Ryan. Is Ryan sitting near me?
Absolutely. Ryan O'Neill and his girlfriend, Autumn Sutton, are nearby.
Kind of plug Ezekiel's ear a little bit as I lean over and just whisper, "What the fuck? Where are we?"
I don't know. Autumn? Autumn is peering out the window and is like, does that tree have lights on? What do you... And he peers out and is like, you're right. And you can see them pointing through the window on their side of the bus. Is this huge tree, as big as many skyscrapers that you might find back in your world. And in this huge tree is these windows made of stained glass with candlelight inside them, giving the whole clearing around the tree, which you guys are in, this sort of faint, dull glow.
I'll pop my head up. Is everyone all right?
You get a chorus of goods and thumbs ups and people standing and starting to shift a little.
And then you get one. I can't deal with this right now. Jane gets up and she tries to get off the bus. She's determined at any cost to get to this airport. She's not even taking any notice of her surroundings.
Jane!
So you guys watch as, what does Jane look like?
She's blonde with pink-tipped hair, and she's very fancily dressed at the time being because she's going to meet her mother at the airport.
Okay, so you see this blonde-haired girl just march past, pushing past people on the bus from where she was positioned on the very, very back of it to get to the front, and sort of starts messing around with the driver's seat to try to get the door to open.
What are you wearing? Are you wearing a jacket?
I'm wearing like a really puffy jacket and a very modern French outfit.
I'm gonna, as you pass, I'll like reach out and grab your arm.
She'll turn to look at you and like kind of like furrow her brows a bit. Hello?
I'm just gonna point to the window with the light up tree.
It's the winter solstice. Maybe someone's celebrating.
We were just in the middle of the road. What are you talking about, woman?
I can't accept anything other than the fact that I need to get to the airport right now Because if I
That
don't,
tree is
he's
giant.
going to be...
Jane, there's no way we're still in the city. Like, jeez.
As you guys are talking, the front door to the bus opens as a young girl with blonde hair and pink nails races out, and you see the form of Alyssa Underworld and her brother Kai Hill. As Alyssa goes, "Come on, we're here!" And Kai's like, "Wait, no!"
What?
Hi?
Kai?
Alyssa!
What's
Hi.
going on? What do you mean we're here?
I
Where are
followed
we?
Kai.
So everyone starts to clamber off of the bus. All in all, there seem to be maybe a little more than 20 of you.
How big is this bus?
I pull out my phone
It's
to
a
see if there's
regular-sized
reception.
bus.
I pull out my phone to see if there's any reception, so if I can call someone.
No bars. No luck.
That's odd. I thought there was reception here.
Well, darling, if you look around, we're in the middle of the forest. And as everyone knows, in the middle of the forest, there's probably no reception.
Does everyone know that?
Okay, Grandma.
She didn't.
I didn't either.
I want to take
Youngin.
Ezekiel and like put him like baby, what is it called? Like a baby boudet thing, like and like zip my jacket around him so it looks like I just have a big pregnant belly.
It's so cold out.
Yes, yeah, it's cold. Yeah.
You have a kid? Here?
No, I have a turtle.
Honestly, thought you were pregnant.
Thank you.
How are we gonna... We need to get out of here if we're gonna make sure this kid survives.
Jane is gonna follow after Kai,
Cold.
like, asking again, what do you mean we're here?
And Alyssa turns to look at all of the group and is like, we're here! I knew what happened! Told you! And she looks hyper, absolutely, positively hyper.
Alyssa, won't you please tell us what happened?
What do you mean by here? I say with I'm just
What-
like relatively annoyed.
I agree. I agree with Aron. What do you mean by here?
She points to the tree. Here!
Where is
The name of
here?
What does that mean?
The tree?
Oh, you'll see, come on! And she walks up to the tree, which you can now see has a huge double doors carved into it, and she's furiously knocks on it.
Alyssa, honey?
Yeah?
You do know that these are strangers, right?
Uh-huh, yep.
And
I know it's really late, but please answer the door!
Have you never been taught stranger danger?
She's like, looks at all of you like you're all complete, utter idiots. Sighs and looks at Kai. Why are they not getting it? You're speaking in prophetic language again, Alyssa. You gotta speak plainly. Oh, right! I forget I do that sometimes. Sorry!
Jane is gonna like tug Kai's shoulder and give him like a dead stare. What did you find in your dad's house?
And he shrugs off of you. Not the time.
All right.
And looks at Alyssa just as, instead of the door opening, there is a rustling in some of the branches above you guys.
I push Alyssa behind me to make sure like she's protected. Stay.
Who's there?
And you can see up in the tree as you squint, there is figures on the tree. It looks to be 3 of them, maybe? And you can't quite make them out. They are human-like in appearance, though. And a voice calls back to you. I do not think that you are the ones who should be asking that question. State your business, humans.
human. All right.
Humans? If we're humans, what are you?
And the figure, the one who spoke, leaps down from the tree and lands softly on the ground, falling abnormally slowly.
Well, that's not normal.
They have, it's clear that this is a woman with very thin, almost gaunt faces, slightly elongated ears. They're very, very tall. They're unnaturally tall. Probably 8 to 9 feet tall.
Goodness.
Towering over you with pale green and black armor. Their eyes are sort of slitted like cats or perhaps snakes.
Not human.
We certainly aren't in Foxbury anymore.
Don't think we are.
Well, no shit.
State your business, humans.
We're looking for shelter. See, we got a few.
Our ride broke
around
down.
And what is this strange lighted cart of yours?
It's called a
It's called a
bus.
bus.
The large transportation vehicle that was
Kinderwagen?
all on a motor.
A what?
I knew what maybe 3 of those words meant.
It runs on gas and it goes vroom vroom down the highway.
And
I
there's
may
a
not
guy
know what you're
inside.
speaking about, humans, but watch your tone. And as she says that, the 2 figures that are also in the tree jump down next to her. They are all armed. Not with guns or anything, but bows and arrows, swords, knives, armed to the teeth. All of them have a sword and a dagger on one side and a bow and arrow on their backs.
Adalaie sort of steps in front. Now, we don't mean any discretion, honey. Madam, I'm not sure. But can we at least talk nicely between each other? We're both in a very hard predicament. We don't know how we got here. You are not exactly friendly to us, and I understand that caution because we're strangers. So let's break the ice and let's not be strangers and restart.
And the woman that seems to be doing all the speaking turns her head to one of the other creatures to her side and Sasha, go inside and get the sister. Diplomacy is not my strong suit. And the figure next to her bows, of course, and vanishes into smoke.
Can I take a quick count of how many humans there are?
Around in the bus, counting you all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 26? Thereabouts.
Jane will step up. Did everyone get all their belongings off the bus?
I have a feeling we won't be returning there soon.
I agree.
I'm gonna walk back onto the
Maybe
bus
I thought
and
you were
look.
going to a party tonight.
A party? No, of course not. I'm going to visit my mother for the first time in
You were
a really
going
long
to.
time.
I'm gonna
Could have sworn you wouldn't miss the
Hop back
biggest
onto the-
party of the year.
I'm gonna hop back onto the bus and look for anything that is javelin-like or long.
No,
No, nothing.
it's a bus.
It's a bus. Yeah.
Unless you want to break some of the holding that you could use, that people would use if it comes to standing capacity off.
Absolutely, I'll do that.
How are you going to do that?
With my strength ability.
Well, everyone knows you're a rift already. You're glowing.
Yeah,
You're
it's not like I'm
physically
hiding
glowing.
anything.
What does
I
Mattias look like? Go ahead and describe him for the convenience of our viewers.
Okay, so Mattias is tall-ish, probably 6'5" or 6'6". So it's pretty tall. He's built like a sprinter, and he glows like a campfire. His hair looks like it's kind of made of molten lava, and he almost constantly has a beanie on that just drifts smoke from outside the sides of it, and the beanie has a very specific rune on it. His eyes are like bright, piercing yellow. Yeah. If you look closely, it looks like his veins are the things glowing.
Okay, and why don't you describe to me how you break off one of these poles?
I unzip my jacket and I put Ezekiel in the seat. And then I walk behind him, and then I want to grab the top and grab the bottom. And I would like to breathe fire and use my super strength to melt the top and the bottom and then just yank it out.
Okay, this is not a task that I would have you roll for. These are not the sturdiest of things. in the whole world's existence. So you melt it to get it an easier grip, and then you tear it away with a very loud metal screeching sound.
And then I put Ezekiel back in the jacket, and I zip it back up, and I kind of just look around awkwardly holding the metal staff for a second, and then just shrug and walk out of the bus.
Everyone is staring at you as you do this.
Well, what are you doing?
Jane will turn to Emma and go, I certainly wouldn't miss my mother, who I haven't seen in 13 years.
I'm in the back of the bus.
You haven't gotten off the bus yet?
You haven't gotten out of the bus?
Disinterested. I'm like, why are you doing this? Why?
I have a stick now.
Do you notice that she's on the bus?
I mean, she said something to me, so just... He says something, and I just raise the stick and I have a stick. And then I put my son back in my jacket, zip it up, and get off the bus.
I stare at you rudely, slowly standing up and following you slowly. Rolling my eyes.
Fashionably late, as always, Mara, to the getting off the bus party.
Jane will go, try to find where, the gas goes in the bus and take out one of her, fancier water bottles that she had packed with sweets for her mother and, empty it out into her purse. And then probably try to extract the gas from the bus if she's able to.
Well, that's a
You
fun...
could light it on fire later.
Mm-hmm.
Juno, do you know how to extract gas? Do you know what your character is going to have to do?
What am I
Blow
gonna...
into it.
You have to suck.
Yeah.
So you have to put a tube in there, and then you have to suck the gas out until it starts coming out. And I'm pretty sure buses take diesel, so that's going to taste great.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Don't swallow it.
I'm not sure if she knows how to do this, so she'll probably turn back to people and be like, does anyone know how to get the gas out? Because I have a bottle if you want to put it in here.
Probably would have the best.
Mattias, in his frat boy glory, is just like, absolutely.
But as you guys are talking, mist reforms, and the woman that the other woman sent off reappears, and next to her is a little bit shorter, but not by much, a woman in long robes. These creatures very differently dressed from the green and black armored people. And she looks around. Do you want to tell me why you woke me up Oh! We have lots of company.
Adalaie waves a little bit.
Jane also
Human
waves.
company. To what do we owe the pleasure? And to whom are you associated with? They are not
We have
wearing
no idea why we're here.
We were on a bus going down the highway.
uniforms.
Alright.
I did
That
not know
thing
what
over there.
Alright.
I could figure.
So
I
they
do not
clearly
know
don't know what a bus
highway
is.
is.
Or highway.
It's
Highway is a long stretch of road from where we're from. And a bus is basically a
I'm just going to point to it.
yeah, that.
That.
Oh, so very
Like
helpful.
it's like a magical carriage.
Yeah, it doesn't need horses.
It runs off this
Oh.
stuff. She holds
Like
up
an-
the gasoline.
Like a grounded skyship.
Yes,
Yeah.
fast.
Skyship? You mean an airplane?
I do not know
An
what an
airplane?
aeroplane is.
It goes
Yeah.
like,
It's another culture thing.
and it has a propeller on the front, usually.
And the woman bows, and she makes a gesture, and the three figures behind her nod and disappear, presumably back into the tree. My name is Holy Sister Renee Deslis.
What?
Holy Sister Renee Gestis.
Deslis.
Can you type that out?
Absolutely. And
Adalaie bows back.
Jane
Okay,
will
but-
I
similarly
just
bow
texted
back.
that to Celina. It's fine. I'll do it later. But she bows to you all.
I curtsy.
I also curtsy.
Adalaie bows.
You said do not know how you came to this place. Might you describe to me the events leading up to your transportation?
Well, we were all traveling back on a long route to different places, clearly, because it's a bus. And
Clearly,
got it
the
right.
bus swerved, as in it gone off the road. And I think we hit something. Or
Probably a deer.
Deer.
Or a tree.
Nothing was in front of us.
Probably
It
a
looked like
tree.
we were veering into the other lane, and then we were here.
Well, I think
I have no way of
Alyssa
knowing. I
knows
was in
how
the
we
back of the
got
bus.
here.
In any other case, we crashed. And with that crash, we ended up here after all blacking out.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I'm gonna turn to look at Alyssa. How did we end up here, kid?
I don't know. I know we're supposed to be here, though. And she turns to the woman Renee and goes, "We're supposed to be here. Come on, you know what it means, right? Put it together, dude. You can do it." And she looks at her like she's expecting her to make some sort of connection that the rest of you aren't making. And
In other words, nobody knows what she's talking about. Duly noted.
Renee looks down at her quizzedly.
She speaks in riddles.
She's a foreseer, if that makes sense.
Ah, yes. I have met many. Though few are this rambunctious.
She's a child.
Woo!
Oh my gosh.
And she says that, and she takes out a chocolate bar that she grabbed from Adalaie's stash and starts breaking it up. Takes a piece, puts the rest back in her pocket, and eats it. Sugar!
No, don't ignore that.
But when you say you are meant to be here, I think I might know what you mean. And as she says that, a thick fog begins to set in. Smoke demon! Everyone run! She and there all of a sudden the three figures appear back from the trees, and they are shooting into this smoke as it takes up the rest of your vision.
Where are the children? Everybody, get behind the bus.
You can't see more than an inch in front of your face as
What
the mist
direction?
begins to consume you.
Hands at eye level.
Everybody grab the nearest person to you. I grab Jane and I grab Alyssa's hand if I can, and she's close by.
And I'll grab
as you
Kai's
reach
hand.
forward
Who's
to
the first in that
Alyssa
team?
and to Kai and to people near you, I need you all to take the tag Lost and Confused 3, as you are no longer where you thought you were.
3? We're starting with a 3?
Take the tag!
How do we
because
do
you have
that?
entered the mist.
Wait,
Or the
how do we
fog,
do
I
that?
should say.
what is that?
You take the tag Lost and Confused 3.
Where's that?
So on your character sheet, make a note of it. I don't have a character sheet in front of me to show you where to make a
Just
note
use
of
a
it.
sticky note.
But you have up to 6 damage that you can take
Okay.
Oh,
Before
so
you-
it's damage.
before you're dead or altered.
Alright.
The term is hurt, subdued, or altered.
Should I be keeping track of tags for Ezekiel as well?
Absolutely. He takes the same
Okay.
amount. Lost and Confused 3. This is not a physical damage tag, this is an altered tag. So, if you reach 6, you will be altered in some way, shape, or form.
Do you put it on your crew card?
No. It's something you keep track of personally.
Okay.
There should be
You don't write it down anywhere. It's not like a little tab you put that under. You just kind of keep them.
Yeah, just write it down on the empty space or something.
You will don't write it down in pen. You will have to erase it eventually. Most likely. You
a
hope.
story tag for the time being.
Actually, shut up.
Never. Anyway, the fog sort of invades your vision for a bit. What do you all do?
Did I swear they were shooting arrows?
Yeah, you can't see anything though.
But I saw or no, there are people around me. I just leg it out of there.
Let's say, so you start running. What does Adalaie do?
Adalaie stays in place, keeps her hand in front of her eyes to make sure that she can still see and still see in front of her as much as she can. And then starts slowly walking to where she remembered the tree being.
Okay.
Or at least get some surroundings.
What does Jane do?
Jane is going to call out to Emma, Kai, and Adalaie and see, and like, try to walk around, find them, see if they call back.
Emma, what are you
I'm holding
doing?
your hand right now. I'm holding your hand right now. I have Adalaie, Alyssa's hand.
You did not manage to grab Alyssa's or Jane's.
Oh.
You are
Okay,
unanchored.
well, I'm gonna answer her call if I can hear her.
You cannot.
I'm gonna
No!
walk towards where I remember the tree. I'm gonna call out names. I'm gonna walk towards where I remember the tree to be.
I'm
Okay.
gonna walk towards where I remember the bus being, still calling out for them.
Aron, what are you doing?
I'm probably having a minor panic attack because you can't see crap. Everything's freaking out. So you're just gonna stand and have a minor panic attack.
No, don't give her that power.
Anyway, Mara, what are you doing?
I don't know. I guess I'm just watching quietly.
Watching what? The dog?
Can't see anything.
The roiling field of white that has invaded your vision?
Yes. I don't really care. Like, I'm not freaked out by it, so I'm just like waiting for it to pass.
Okay.
And the
as-
9-foot tall people seemed pretty shooketh.
Yeah, they did.
So,
I wonder why.
They said run.
I said Miss Demons.
I'm the only one that paid attention to what they said.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
We die.
We die?
You get lost in the forest.
You can't see right now, but I have the smirk of a cat that has caught the canary, and I'm rubbing my hands together like a supervillain.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, that was already
But
start.
as you guys are moving, standing still, fog begins to fade from your vision. You begin to make out more details about your surroundings. And for a second, your feet aren't on solid ground, and then you land in the snow. The fog completely fades from your vision. You see you 6, 7 including Ezekiel, standing on the edge of a forest line, the large tree nowhere in sight. And the night sky stretching out above you, and a town in the distance.
I'm far too old to
Where's
be
Kai?
dealing with this shit.
So did I fall face down?
No,
No?
you're on your feet.
Okay. I just...
Is this gonna keep
Hold up.
happening? Like,
Where
are we
the
gonna
kids?
keep
And you
getting
lose the
teleported?
status lost and confused.
Okay.
Where are the kids?
I immediately open the jack. You good?
I'm
Where's
here.
Okay, and then I zip it back up and just...
Well, there's one. Where are the other two?
I'm here.
Okay.
No, hold on. This is how you do it.
That was just one.
But
So
all,
is it
all 6 of you come to, and you're on the end of the forest.
just us?
Just you guys.
Shit.
Where did the others? This is not good.
Nope.
It's really not good.
Not at
Can
all.
I, Ashley, can I investigate?
Sure. First roll of the game. So, for investigate, you roll 2d6s. In this game, anything below a 7 is a failure. 7 to 9 is a success with a complication, and anything above a 9 is a success.
That is not a good chance.
Oh, shoot.
It's not that bad with 2D things.
All right, I got
Much
a
lower chance
7.
of getting a 12.
Okay.
I'd
And
like,
what do you want to add?
I would like to add my woman's intuition. I'd like to add the right questions and studious to try to study my surroundings and find out what's going on. So,
Okay, that is a success with 3 powers, so 3 questions.
okay. Can I try to use creative to come up with, to think of different ways this could have happened to us, or why we're in this brand new world?
Have 4 power. Keep in mind, though, that when you use power tags, you can't use them on the next immediate roll. If you're investigating again after this, those power tags become unavailable to you.
Okay, so then I think I'll save the last one and just go with a 10.
Okay, so you have 3 questions you can ask me. 3 clues you can spend.
So I'm not using the questions. I'm looking around at the surroundings. We're by a city?
A town. There are some flickering firelight in the distance.
Is all the smoke gone?
Yes.
And is there any forest around us?
There's forest to the back of you. It looks like they dropped you off at the edge.
Okay.
Whenever this fog transported you.
Can I ask the question, maybe, where did the others go, or is it too early for that?
You would have no way of ascertaining that.
Okay. Then I'm gonna ask the question, is that the forest we just came from?
Yes, it is huge. You get the feeling that this forest goes on quite a ways inward. But yes, This is the forest you came from.
And is Mara with us or no?
Everyone. Mara is with you, yeah.
Okay, so it's just us. Okay.
It's you 6.
I'm going to look at the town and try to figure out, what sort of place it is. So I guess I should ask, where are we going? Or
it is a small town, and as you squint toward it a little, all the lights are from torches or lanterns lit with fire. It is very dark because of that. It is not like the modern world, of which electricity can be seen from a distance. You have to squint. There are 2 guard towers along the path near to the forest, leading to the village, that have lights on in the windows. Everywhere else seems sort of darkened, as it appears to be very, very late at night.
Does anyone else have any suggestions for my last question? Or should I save it?
You could ask, no, never mind.
Okay, I'll save it.
Okay, so you've banked a clue, and this is a clue related to your sudden transportation.
I would like to reach into my jacket and steal the hat back from Ezekiel, and I want to tuck all of my hair into it so I don't glow quite as brightly.
Your skin still glows. I'd like to remind you that your hair is not the only thing glows on you.
And I will zip the jacket back up, or no, I'll unzip the jacket, take Ezekiel out. I'm gonna walk over to Adalaie?
Yep.
Adalaie.
And I
Adalaie.
just kind of hold him out to you.
I take him.
And then I'd like to go to the closest climbable looking tree.
Okay.
And I would like to climb it.
Okay. You climb the tree.
And then I would like to look for anything that resembles a bus.
You can't see that. Forest. You can see the skyscraper tree in the distance.
I will shout down.
The far, far distance.
So you guys need to sleep in all, so I say we find somewhere to sleep tonight, and we can see the tree that we were at, and we should head there in the morning.
Maybe if we got teleported here, other people got teleported other places too.
Well, then hopefully they'll draw the same conclusion to not be a dumbass, and they'll make their way back to the skyscraper tree.
But what if they can't see the tree?
I can see I'm just I'm in a tree, and I can see the tree. It's a very tall tree. It's our best bet.
How far away is it?
And
it's
as you
very
guys
far.
Are shouting at each other, there is rustling from the guard tower nearby. Someone pokes their head out.
There's a guard tower.
How close is the tree to the guard tower?
Get down.
Very close. This is on the the guard towers are maybe at most 50 feet away from the forest.
I would have told everyone the things that I noticed pretty much immediately. So
and a woman, looking very tired, in a blue and gold uniform, steps out of the guard car, sees a bunch of people at the end of the forest, goes back in the guard car, comes out with another guy and a weapon.
Hey, are they like up high with me? Or
No,
did they make their way
they're
down?
on the street.
Okay.
Approaching you guys.
Hello?
Steps forward and waves a friendly hello.
I scurry down to make sure I get my son back from you.
Hey, I'm safe.
Jane will
No one's gonna shoot an old woman.
and step up in a curtsy and be like, "Hello."
Did you guys just come from the forest?
We think so.
Not willingly. Not willingly.
We were.
Why were you in
transported.
there? Grove Maze is off limits to humans.
We
We
were.
got lost.
So we
Teleported.
totally would know that.
We were planted. We had a sort of accident and ended up in the forest. It was
Do you know
not
what a bus
intentional.
is?
You're all speaking at once.
Do you know what a bus is?
No. What's that?
Okay, so our very large carriage crashed, and some magic happened, and we ended up in the forest and we got lost. And then mist demons apparently came around. I'm an old lady. You can take my word if you want to. And transport us out. And now we're just lost completely. If it would really help us if you could help.
And the woman guard looks at the male one and whispers something to him. The guy nods. Okay then, you don't mind coming back with us to answer a few questions then?
Okay.
No,
We're
not
good.
at all.
No.
Matthias rolls
I
his eyes.
don't want to answer any questions.
You just say that out loud.
They politely ignore all dissidents, and one starts leading the way and the other waits for you guys to follow.
Jane will follow after them.
They lead you past the guard towers into the town. The guard who's leading is the female one. The male one follows and starts making amiable conversations like, "Why are you guys riding so late at night on a carriage?
It's not
Well,
exactly a carriage.
Seems like a recipe for disaster there."
I work.
It was an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get home after traveling for a while. They had to get over to see their mom. And Emma,
I had to work.
believe
I had to get away.
I had extremely important business to
he
attend.
was running away.
I was not running away.
You had to get away from somewhere.
From the people drinking down the hall from my dorm room. Can't stand that.
Oh, you.
Jane, I'm looking at you.
I do not.
Oh, I'm gonna like point at Jane and be like, Jane,
Matthias,
Jane.
Their dorm
You're
room
one glowing kid.
being their home.
Matthias, out of character, what's your girlfriend's name?
Harriet.
Girlfriend.
Harriet talks an awful lot about you.
Oh, bet she does. Ex-girlfriend, just to make that clear.
I see.
Oh?
How did you
happened there?
happen to have, your little one here with you?
That nice party down the hall. It seems like Harriet got an invitation and failed to inform me. So we were going to work, right, Ezekiel? You like work, right?
Yeah, Hazel's nice.
Hazel's awesome.
She'll, keep this in the back of her mind that the information that she's been told doesn't really match up.
And you guys, the guard will introduce himself as Ranald, and he'll say, "Oh, my boss is Miss Dorothy. She's been in the guard for almost all her life. It's pretty fascinating. I'm new. I just came to."
And how old is Miss Dorothy?
Oh, she's about 30, I think.
And what's the name of this town exactly?
Oh, we're small. I understand not knowing who we are here. We're Ferris Point, town of Ferris Point.
And what country are you in right now?
Oh, I suppose with transport magic getting involved, you wouldn't know, would you? We're in Evra right now, the Empire.
Empire.
Mm-hmm. Ashley, would I be able to differentiate if he, notices that I'm glowing?
He definitely does.
Okay. Doesn't say anything, though?
No, he does give you a quizzled and then turns back to goes, oh, magic, and turns back to the conversation.
Would I be able to does everyone see that I'm glowing here?
I mean,
not
Emma
you guys.
has made distinct reference to, oh, the glowing dude.
Not you guys. I'm the other guard. I'm trying to see if there's anything like the mist here.
It seems like Dorothy had a similar reaction to Reynolds.
Okay.
You were kind of a little panicked to ascertain Renee and the other inhuman creatures. Oh, I should mention that Dorothy and Reynolds are very human in appearance.
That's great.
Finally, another human.
Okay, so they don't look at all, and no one in the town looks
inhuman. No, they do not look like the creatures, the human-like creatures that you saw in the forest.
I'm sorry to ask this, but
town.
who exactly lives in the forest?
Man, don't you know anything? Those are the Candlins.
No, we really don't know anything. Thank you for
We really don't know
that
anything.
abundantly clear.
They're very sheltered children.
Kingdom.
We're not from this empire.
Oh, you from up in Andrathis or Astracane then?
Oh my god, just stop beating around the bush. We're not even from this planet. We rode a bus with gasoline and an engine, and you guys don't seem to know what that is.
No, I don't.
He hit his head. Don't listen to him. He hit his head.
Brain injuries.
For lack of better words, we just kind of showed up.
Gibberish all time.
Yeah.
You guys don't look like dark guys, so I don't think you're from Bellenarin.
We're not from any of these places.
Yeah, we've never heard of these places before.
We're from Wisconsin.
I've never heard of that place too, so I guess we're fair. Guess we're even.
Yeah.
Would you
I don't
mind?
know.
It's a small town. Again, we're a very sheltered community.
Would you mind letting us know what all is out there, and maybe what these demon mist things do?
I mean, I've never ventured into the forest myself. Well, not allowed to, you see. It's holy ground. Only the Candlins are allowed to venture forth in there, and selected officials from the Empire.
So they're holy creatures.
Yeah. The Candlins are star-touched.
Did you not hear the part where the sister said that
Holy
she was a
sister, Renee, whatever?
It was all kind of jumbled together. I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
Yeah, I think Dorothy plans to have you go speak to Holy Sister Levithia.
Is she also Cantlin then?
Oh no, Levithia is human. The Candlins, they don't ever leave the forest. They don't ever leave the Grove of Mirrors.
That explains a lot.
Grove of Mirrors. I cannot write this all down.
And you are venturing into the town proper, where it is definitely, if any of you have seen pictures, I think that Aron would probably know this best, being an anthropology major. This is picturesque medieval village.
Oh, fantastic.
Thatched roofs, barest and very simple, crude metalworking. A very thick glass that has begun to get a little thicker on the end because it's old and made in an older style.
Wow, this is really old style.
If anyone notices, my eyes light up, but I stay quiet, just looking around with my eyes a bit wider.
Oh, with your night vision, Mara, you'd probably see a little more.
Oh.
Than everyone else, because it's just the town's very dark because it's only lit by the occasional lantern. But you would notice some smaller details, that some of the homes have these ribbons on the doorway, made of blue fabric. Underneath them, carved into the wood, is these very specific runic-looking alphabet.
Would I know?
Not every house has them, but some of them do.
So, to get our placings here, you said this was a small town, right?
Yes, under a Baroness Swan.
Oh.
How many names?
Other than Obviously.
How long
us
have y'all been
humans.
around here?
Oh, Ferris Point? Well, the town was really founded about 100 years ago. 150 at this point, I think.
So you're relatively new. All right.
Yeah, 100 years by our lonesome, and then 50 years under imperial official rule.
Okay, I got a question too. What day of the week is it?
Well, I believe it is Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That implies the Roman calendar.
Is there anything
Saturday of Death's End.
Okay.
Of what?
Oh, do you know them by the official names? What was it again? Din Halam, Death's End.
December?
12th month of the year.
December.
December, yeah, okay.
Wait, how many months are there in a year?
12.
Okay, okay.
What are the names of
checking.
the months?
What are the names of the months?
Well, there's the common names or the official names.
Those would be
Yeah.
preferred.
Common names would probably be best.
The
Okay.
common names are First Frost, Red Land, New Cloud,
Could you
Leafhold,
please
Rainsfall,
slow down?
Summer
Try to
Sky,
write these down.
Suntall, Fireheart, Leafang, Spirits Past, Snowcrest, and Death's End.
Could you please
Who names the months? and
write
death-
these so I can write them down, please?
Sure. First Frost is the first month of the year, called Sail Ireth in official tongue, though I'm not very great at speaking it. Red Land is the second month, Gra Anor. New Cloud is the third month, Trost Telbin. Leafhold is the fourth month, Layla Fogara. Rainsfall is the fifth month, Terrell Silnaman. Summer Sky is the sixth month, Isamalana Terrasil. Sun's Tall is the seventh month, Sunmore. Fireheart is the eighth month, Isaverin. Leafspang is the ninth month, Adalaie. Spirits Past is the 10th month, Elka Merlana. Snowcrest is the 11th month, Irhama, and as I said, Death's End is the 12th month, Din Halam.
Good to know, thank you.
Yeah.
Did you perhaps have maybe a special event on your calendar recently, like a few days ago or today, perhaps?
Be a couple days in the future, right? We're 3 days till Christmas. 3 or 4, right?
Oh, well, today's Astral Nights.
Astral Nights. Could you tell us more about that?
Winter solstice.
I
Darkest
know.
night of the year. It only became a
Winter
holiday
solstice.
very, very recently, mind you.
How recently?
A couple centuries ago.
That's
Oh, very,
recently.
very recently, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the specifics. I think it was in Sky Era.
Other than us humans, are there other civilians of other races walking around?
You won't see them in the Empire. The Candlins stick to their forest, and Bell and Aron is pretty far distance.
Okay. That totally clarifies a lot.
Yeah, totally.
I'm totally chill with this scenario.
Well, I'm sure that the Holy Sister Levithia can answer most of your questions. She's much better at the talking thing than I am. I'm just a guard.
Mm-hmm.
She's a mage. Knows everything there is to know. Studied up at Cloudvale, I think.
$20 says you're wrong about that. She
What
does
is
not
a-
know everything.
What is a buck? Bucks?
20 pieces of money.
Okay.
What type
20
of money
crowns,
do you
then?
have here? Crown.
How much is a crown worth? What can you buy with 1 crown?
With 5, you can buy beer.
5 crowns for a beer? Does that sound like a good deal or a bad deal?
Sounds
Like
like a
a
good deal.
A $5 beer is a little pricey though.
Not really.
Like what would the exchange rates be? I'm gonna like pull the dollar bills out of my wallet and I'm gonna like hold up a 20. I will give you this if I'm wrong, and you give me 20 of those crown things if you're wrong.
I mean, that paper looks pretty worthless here in Evra, so. I'm not gonna give you money for a piece of paper.
It's
That seems
foreign
right stupid.
currency.
It's a foreign
Well,
artifact.
Adalaie shakes
I
her
don't need
head at
foreign
you.
currency.
It's a cool keepsake.
Yeah, it's not worth 20 crowns.
I told you, he's brain damaged.
I don't care if you're an old lady. I will sock you.
Come on.
Oh, you will?
Please don't
Try
punch
me.
the old person.
Try me, honey.
Can I try to wedge between the fight that's inevitable? Please don't punch
Anyway, Dorothy turns around as she finishes leading you through the winding roads of the town to the edge of it, where there is it looks to be a cathedral in design with grand pillars made of unfamiliar stone material. It looks close to limestone, but it is not quite that.
It's lemon stone.
With
It's
stained
lemon
glass on the window.
Oh, I missed my
Stained glass on the
opportunity.
windows, and 2 double doors leading in. Dorothea knocks at the door. No one answers. She opens the door and walks in, gesturing to Reynolds and you all to wait. And she comes back with a human woman with very black hair, pale skin, and dark blue eyes, wearing official-looking robes, similar to the one that you saw the Holy Sister Renee wear.
Greetings, sister.
Hello to you, travelers. Thank you for delivering them to me. Miss Dorothy, I do not think you'll be needed for the whole of this conversation.
Ooh.
It's me.
They were trespassing in the forest, ma'am. I'm aware of their situation, but all is as it should. And she gestures for you all to come inside. Join
We'll
me.
follow her.
I hand him the money because, technically I was wrong, and then I walk inside. And then, Emma, I lean over to you, and I kind of just lean down and I go, isn't it convenient that they speak English?
Very convenient, unless
Oh,
we're
that's the
not
British
speaking English
Empire.
anymore.
But it appears that their written language is different.
The written language different?
We haven't seen anything written.
I wonder if they speak German.
Do you think they speak German here, in a place where Germany does not exist?
Probably not.
Why does that English evolve the same way? So
Yeah,
that's
I wonder if we're gonna get some weird
adventure.
slang thrown at us.
Did you
Jen
guys
will-
not see the ruins on the side of the buildings?
What room?
Oh, I suppose y'all can't read. Never mind.
It's-
What? Never mind.
Do you follow Holy Sister Levithia inside
Yes.
the cathedral?
Yes.
As she closes the door behind you and raises her hand, and a little globe of light pops to life. And, it spreads along the hallway and lands comfortably on the ceiling, illuminating most of the room.
Okay, there is magic.
Please take a seat, Kingmakers. You have been expected.
Hold up. What?
Yes.
What?
I have not heard of that term. Could you inform us?
I suppose you wouldn't have. Take a seat and I will answer questions as well as I can.
She takes a seat.
Adalaie sits on a pew.
Are we in
Maddie,
like
you
a...
lost
It's
that.
it's not a church. There's
Okay.
a table around here. Like,
Okay.
Is there any like
least not
benches
the way you know it.
on the wall, like against the wall, or in the court? Like,
there are some like more flat, longer seatings.
I'm gonna go and I'll put the probably half asleep once again Ezekiel on one of those benches,
And immediately passes out. It's like, oh,
And
flat
then-
surface, asleep.
and then I will go sit down.
Navithia sits down at the table, folding her robes over. Well, a while ago, there was something of a prophecy delivered that strangers would be transported here to become kingmakers, as to which is the term I was referring to you by. And I received a vision of your arrival yesterday evening, and so I've been expecting you to arrive.
A vision.
She
Yes.
foresaw it.
I understand
The
that
Astral Mother
term.
grants
Thank you.
her chosen visions of great importance.
Yeah, this Astral Mother person. Totally familiar with her. Them. It.
I can see that you know nothing of this world here. It is a little unexpected, but not improbable.
Why would we know something about this world?
Well, perhaps you are strangers to this continent, but there are other places on Althara unknown. Here, perhaps this will help in orienting you. And she stands up, goes into another room, and comes out with a framed picture, which she works the screws, takes out the thing that's inside of it, and slides it in front of you. It is a map.
Is Ashley going to send us a map?
I am going to send you a map.
Yay! I love maps.
I love saving maps.
Would map again.
Map out of 10.
10 out of 10 would map again.
It's map out of 10 would map again.
I can't wait to see the map.
In our chat, and for those listening, I will put a picture up on screen right now so you can see what Holy Sister Levithia has passed out to our party.
Open file. Let me see the map.
Let me open it.
Ooh.
I can see the tall tree, it's just a slightly bigger tree.
Yeah.
And she'll point to
Oh my
Fair's Point.
gosh!
She'll point to Fair's Point on the map. We are here, just outside of the Grove of Mirrors, the largest forest on Althara.
Yeah, okay. We're not familiar with any of these places. We don't come from any of them.
So you have explained. But this is to orient you. I believe that to know where you are is to know where you're going. We are in the Everin Empire, to be more specific. To the south of us, directly, is the city-state of Astracane and the kingdom of Andrathis. Though I am probably overwhelming you with all these names, and I do not wish to.
Yeah.
The prophecy is that there would be strangers to our world with given powerful magic and abilities unfamiliar to us. And I can see already that is at least partially true, and she'll look at Mattias at that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Clearly.
They actually glow.
Like a campfire, at least respect me enough to say it's pretty.
Hey, glowing is a compliment.
I do.
You're a very glowing person.
I'm also emitting a small stream of smoke from underneath the beanie I'm wearing.
It is good that there are no smoke detectors here.
Another oddly convenient thing. Thank you, Emma.
A bunch of wooden buildings, so try not to burn them all down, please.
Oh.
I immediately take off the beanie and touch my head to the table, and it doesn't do anything.
Good to know.
The prophecy, as I was saying, was that people with strange abilities would appear on this land, and they would select a new ruler for Althara, the continent.
See, there were 20 of us.
Yes, and you will, according to the prophecy, each pick a champion. And from those champions will be the new ruler of Althara.
So
each of us pick our own champion.
Yes.
All 20?
Do we got a selection?
Or more, I am sure.
So each group of people must pick a champion.
Is it each
Kingmaker must pick a champion.
Oh.
Yikes.
This is gonna be bloody.
Yeah.
Are we in charge of instituting a new ruling class in an area that we're not even familiar with? Whose idea was this? This is asking for disaster.
You are a neutral party, as it were, who will see the world with eyes anew.
That's not a good thing!
Is the Empire
Isn't it?
ruling with unjust rule then?
We know
Emperor
nothing of what
Skycolor is just in his rule and fair. But every
Emperor
place
what?
Emperor Skycolor, the current ruler of Evra, holds seat in Ashbourne, the capital.
Okay.
And is he okay with us just assigning a new ruler?
It is not a matter of being okay. The prophecy has been spoken, the magic has changed, it will happen.
Will he start a war?
Yeah, I got precious cargo. I can't handle people being.
I feel like if we walk up
angry
to
at
Mac and
us.
say you're no longer in charge as a Rainer guy we picked us, he might be a little upset with that.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I
a little.
mean, I am sure Emperor Skycolor would joyfully make a bid to be one of the chosen, one of your champions.
Really? Now he's just gonna suck up to us.
Oh boy.
Perfect.
But he is an honorable man, and if he loses a competition, he will back out with, as well, prideful as most emperors are wont to be. Will back out, and if he loses fairly,
And how is this chosen and/or enforced?
it will be revealed on the date of the brightest night.
We have half a year.
Yeah.
Lovely. I'm gonna be stuck here for half a year.
What if we
Awesome.
don't want to be a Kingmaker? We can just. I don't know.
Yeah.
Perhaps longer.
Perhaps longer. Wonderful. Even see my grandchildren.
I understand
I'm gonna
that
like
this.
you say that, and I'm just gonna point to the little boy sleeping on a bench and be like,
He has his daddy.
but not he's in preschool. He's a preschooler.
Actually,
It's gonna be fine. He can go
I
hang out with the other children here. I'm sure they'll be nice. They're kids.
I was actually majoring in education.
That's wonderful to know that we have a student teacher here. But my point is, we are in a medieval village. At least that's what it looks like.
Do they have
Kids,
toilets?
they didn't have vaccines. That's what I'm getting at. This can't be
Oh.
clean or safe.
Well, they have magic. They can heal.
Or
Yes,
maybe
if-
magic disease. Like,
If you are worried about illness, let your fears be rest, for the last plague that ailed Althara was succinctly wiped out by healing magic.
Plague,
Okay.
but what about a cold? A kid can die from a cold if he doesn't get medicine.
Okay, most of, and she'll gesture to herself, and there's a little symbol on her robe that is like a purpley lavenderish color of a crescent moon. Most of those under the Court of Stars are blessed with the ability to heal. If not magical, then they are in the, might I say, old-fashioned way.
what about the cannon people? The 9-foot-tall women who greeted us with bows.
What
Am I
about
the only one
candlings?
concerned?
What about the candlings? They
I'm
are
concerned.
territorial, to be sure, and we're probably quite startled. Humans have not been allowed to venture so brazenly into the forest in quite a while.
We did not
We did
venture into their
disappear.
forest.
But they are rather peaceful. They probably would have been a little hostile, if not surprised, but they probably would not have shot at you.
What
Unless
about
you...
the mist monster? Like, why are we just glazing over these things?
There are many magical creatures that inhabit the forests and lands of Althara. Perhaps you would be unfamiliar with those.
After we make
No.
this
No,
Yeah, why
I'm
would we be
totally
familiar?
familiar with the magical creature. Yeah, that.
Smoke demons cannot kill you.
Mm-hmm.
What can they do?
They can make you... They are usually work with other creatures to deliver you to a den
Then.
of a larger creature.
Oh, that's much better. Thank you for
They clearly did not do that.
just.
Unless you're the larger creature.
Ooh.
Oh, it's this person.
I do not think I am a symbiotic relationship with a smoke demon to the point of I'm going to eat you when you turn your back. That is what smoke demons do.
What if this entire village is just one monster?
I mean, that would certainly be a fascinating idea.
Like a puppet, like each person that we've seen is just a puppet, like an arm of sorts.
You sound very
control.
paranoid.
I'm gonna like wrinkle my nose and then kind of just put my hand over your mouth.
I keep speaking anyway.
Emma, have you been reading too much science fiction again?
There's nothing wrong with science fiction. Step off, Jane.
That's not my point, but she will haul herself up 4 hours in her room without eating, sleeping, doing...
And as you guys are talking, you can hear footsteps and a candle light as someone peeks their head down. Did I just stumble into something here, Holy Sister?
Oh, Mikkel, you can join us if you'd like. I'm sure you would offer a different perspective. This is Mikkel Pierres. He is a merchant from Indrathis. Actually, Mikkel, can you grab Urain for me?
Sure, why not? And he sets the candle down on the table before going back upstairs and grabbing another man. Mikkel has tanned skin, long, a little bit on the greasier side, dark hair that's held up in a bun with a gold ornament. And the other man next to him has dark skin, shaved, bald head, and very serious, slightly squinted eyes as they both come downstairs in a variety of pajamas, night clothes of some sort.
Oh, now that we're out of the forest, can I try my phone again, see if it works?
There is no reception.
I mean, what?
See her pulling out her phone, and I'm just gonna give you like a. What
are you not getting?
It's worth a try.
We're in a medieval village.
We're in effective.
I don't think there's a cell tower anywhere.
Expect your phone to function.
All right, hand over your phones.
No.
What now?
No.
We are doing this the old-fashioned way.
No, we are not.
Yes, we are.
Because I have some apps that don't need internet, and then I'm gonna click play on Baby Shark and just hold it out to Ezekiel.
Ezekiel's sound asleep.
I start doing the movements anyway.
Mikkel sits down. Is there any reason you wanted us to join this group of strangely clothed travelers?
Yes. You would provide a different perspective. These are 6 of the apparent more than 20 Kingmakers.
And blinks a couple times. Holy stars above. That's a lot to dump on a guy. Right in the, what is it, like 1 right now?
Yeah.
That's a lot to dump on a guy.
Yeah.
Now imagine how we felt.
We're not from here.
We know nothing about
I don't think we're from
this.
this planet. Dimension planet.
Plane.
Do you guys think
Dimension?
that is your
Are you in the
how do you
Milky Way
refer to
system?
it as a planet without being is it a
Globe?
globe? Or do you think it's? Or do you still think it's flat?
Flat.
We have our continent. I am not learned enough to speak of the rest of the planet, I'm afraid.
I'm gonna turn to the mage person.
Holy
Is it like a circle, or is
Is it a circle or is it flat?
This is
Or is
important.
it like a triangle or is it like a cube?
maybe egg-shaped?
Egg-shaped.
We are, I suppose, Altharan focused. Our concerns are not in the rest of the planet, but in our continent.
So flat then.
So this Kingmaker stuff doesn't apply to any of the other continents as well?
It is specifically to choose the next leader of Thara.
After we've selected such a leader, are we able to return from where we came?
I'm
Or we
afraid the
stuck here
prophecy did not
forever.
mention anything after.
Of course, because prophecies always are vague.
It
We're
is.
gonna finish college now.
I beg.
Wow.
Oh no!
We
I
can
suppose
hold a
it's a-
graduation ceremony for y'all.
I'm never going to see my dad again.
You have a phone.
I'm gonna once again turn and point to the 4-year-old boy laying on the bench.
Yeah, Jane is going to be like, well, it's really good you thought of taking him on this bus with you.
Oh yes, that's a great idea that I had. Thank you.
At least you won't be stuck with your op.
We're in the medieval village. Just throwing that out there again.
He can learn about
Yeah.
history.
I almost forgot.
Kind of.
Thanks for reminding.
Not our history.
Well, you can teach him.
In any case, I figure that it would be good of you all to decide on a course of action. You are all stuck here. There is perhaps no way for you to return home anytime soon until, at the very least, the prophecy has been fulfilled.
How do we fulfill this prophecy?
You will find people worthy to rule, leaders from around Althara, and each of you will select one. Unfortunately, I do not know. Most people do not know the next phase, if you will, of the prophecy of what will happen once the brightest night comes around.
Okay, so we don't know if we're going to be dooming these people to fight to the death or anything like that.
Are we supposed to pick one of the Kingmakers group or be bribed and convinced by other members of your world?
Yes, taking bribes sounds like a great way to institute the new ruling class of a world.
I'm pointing out the perspective she offered us on the current ruler.
I would suggest that you pick who you want, what your heart tells you.
My heart wants to get out of here.
I vote for the old lady.
Yeah, seems good enough for me.
Are y'all talking about me or her?
I do not believe you are allowed to choose one of yourselves.
Well,
Damn.
you didn't say any rules.
Yeah, who is giving the rules if we're the Kingmakers?
The prophecy.
What prophecy?
What exactly does the prophecy state?
That you will pick from the Altharan lot to decide the next leader.
We are now part of the Altharan lot.
You are not
We're here on
born
Althara.
We found another random.
But if you wish to be obstinate fools, you may.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna turn to the others. I think we need to regroup. We all got separated for some reason, and I honestly would feel a lot better with people I knew.
All
I
right,
agree.
we can
You might not.
regroup in the morning. Right now, you got a sleepy kid. Y'all are sleepy as well. I'm sleepy. I'm pretty sure those ministers are also sleepy.
I will turn to
Actually, I'm wide
the
awake
Holy
right
Sister.
now. Why did you call us down here, Levithia? To provide an explanation on more of the world before you went to sleep. I would like for you to have a plan of action by tomorrow morning. I do not want the Baroness to get word before we are ready.
Our
I
plan of action is to go back
apologize
to the tree.
Yes, we need to go back to Skyscraper Tree.
You would need explicit permission to enter.
Who do we get that from?
The Emperor.
How do we get to the Emperor?
You go to Ashbourne.
How far is that?
Is there any way you have
She
to
points
know-
it out on the map. It is in the mountain range.
Of course.
Is there any way you would know where everyone else ended up, or have other Holy Sisters perhaps wandered across some of our party members?
I can put out a scry message to see if any of the other court sisters have come across any of your brethren.
That would be
Specifically,
That would
very
be greatly
helpful.
appreciated.
One named Kai.
Yes, especially him and his sister.
How about we just do a call for everybody?
I can put out a message in any case, but I think personally, not to be too forward with you all, that your best bet would be to get to know Althara as a continent before you decide on who you want as a chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Into the
And to do that,
situation
you would
without
have to
any
travel. Ferris Point is hardly a good indicator of the rest of the planet or the rest of our continent.
But we would have
Also,
to
on the
travel
matter
there.
of currency, we wouldn't be able to reasonably
We
travel.
don't have any money.
Don't have
we have
any.
no currency.
Well, I can certainly
We're
set
stuck.
up. And that is why I've had Mikkel and Lorena join us. If you wish to head to the capital, Lorena Lighton, and she gestures to the bald man who gives you a rough nod. Well, I should say Shadow Hunter Knight, Lorena Lighton, is on his way back to the capital from a mission.
Mm-hmm.
I can guide you there if you wish.
That'd be awesome. I'm gonna turn back to Holy Sister Levithia.
Yes.
Can you also include in your call out to the others that this group is making their way to the capital, and that's where we should meet?
I did not finish.
Aron can take you to the capital. Mikhail is heading back to Andrathis's capital, Skystead, if you would like to head there. That I am. And I was recently going to head out on a pilgrimage to Astrakhan, of which I could guide you there.
What exactly are the features of these cities? Like the main features of each one?
We need to pick a place where we're gonna meet the others.
Yes, but if we really have to do this, which we most likely have to in order to get home, we should know which each of the options are to meet the others.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, ticker, tiger,
Well, Ashbourne is a city in the Empire, if you will. It is the capital. It is where the Ebony Tower, the head seat of the Court of Stars, is, as well as the High Court of the Everin Council is, as well as the Sapphire Palace, where the Emperor lives with his family, and has been the seat of the throne for many, many years. Skystead is the capital of Andrathis. It is along the coast, quite far from here. It is home of the throne there, the council, and many guilds and merchants. Astrakhan is a city-state, or holy city. It is independent of rulers, with one council ruling over it. And of course, I would suggest that you perhaps look into getting if you go to Ashbourne, getting transportation or the passage into the Grove of Mirrors, so you might see the candling city of Briar's End.
So Ashbourne seems like the correct first stop.
Well, then we can deal with that in the morning. Aron puts his hand on the table. I can get transportation. I was going to take a horse and cart anyway.
Oh, horse and cart. How fast do those go?
Not very.
Not very fast enough.
I have another question. My friend Mara mentioned, or my companion Mara mentioned runes. Is it perhaps your written language? We wouldn't happen to know it, so if you had a book on that would be appreciated.
The map is written in English, correct?
Really loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. The map is written in English, correct?
Yes. This is common. The runes that you'd have seen, most commoners can't read. It is the mark of mages.
I see. So, is everyone in this town a mage, or do they just get imbued?
If you have a mage in your family, it is traditional to mark their name in runes on the door, and if they graduate at Cloudvale, to mark the door with a blue ribbon. Cloudvale is the local academy for mages.
Okay.
Thank you.
Like one last question before we all go to bed, because we're all going to bed. Is the town safe for us to just dilly-dally in?
Well, the Baroness would probably wish to meet you should she know that you're in town, but we should look in the morning to getting you more suitable traveler's clothing. So you do not attract as much of attention.
Yeah. Probably a good idea.
But why?
Your clothing stands out like a sore thumb, and if you do not wish to be approached by every traveler as a kingmaker, though it might not help with you personally.
I would like to bring up the point that Maddie sticks out like a sore thumb anyway.
As I was just saying.
Hey, play nice.
You've told like 3 people that I'm brain damaged. You can't talk.
We have beds here for you to stay the night, and we can go to the seamstresses in the morning.
Ooh.
So I take it that all of the holy sisters and churches are supposedly unbiased in this kingmaker process?
I would not say we are unbiased. We will certainly support those who ally themselves with the Court of Stars. You do not see me offering you passage to Belanaran.
Do any of you wish to be the next ruler, or is that off the table for you?
Hell no, Mikkel says. Good God. No. I'm going to bed now. Leaves the room. I am a knight. I follow orders. I do not give them. Olivia smiles wanly.
I do not think even if I were, I would address such so openly. It would be dangerous to throw a bid through the throne so early in the game.
Oh, it's a game. I'm so excited for this process.
Turn of phrase, if you will.
I understand
quick question.
that.
Are we going to be offered any protection, or is that all on us?
Well, Aron is a trained knight. Mikkel cannot defend himself at all. No offense, Mikkel.
Not taken! As he walks up the stairs.
And Aron and myself can both do magic.
Yeah, we can totally defend ourselves. I say, holding a piece of the bus.
Still holding that.
What was I gonna do with it? Leave it at the door?
Anyway,
equip his weapons, perhaps.
Why don't you all go to bed for the night, and we will discuss more in the morning?
Yeah. No, that'd be great.
And she'll lead you up to a room that has a bunch of cots, basically, laid out on the floor. Mikkel is in one corner, going over some paperwork, and Aron is in the other. There's full set of armor next to his little cot, with weapons by it. He is already passed out.
What kind of weapons are there?
It is a large sword made of this strange blue material.
Can't pick that up. Never mind. I choose a cot.
Okay. And as you all go to bed for the evening, and we pull away from our newly christened Kingmakers, our attention moves back into the forest of Briar's End, as different groups are thrown by the smoke demon to different parts of the forest. In one group, we see the tanned skin and tousled hair of Kai Hill gripping the hand of his younger sister, Alyssa Underwood. Alongside them is the gaunt and nervous form of the mortician, Gabriel Price, the blonde and exasperated-looking Nina Galloway, and the short and scowling coach, Lucille House. They appeared in the northeastern edge of the forest, heading out to the town of Faversham, an ominous mist at their backs. Once more, our perception shifts to the next group. Still in the thickly wooded grove of Mears, having been pulled into the grand tree known as the Moradal to locals, thanks to the quick thinking of Holy Sister Renee. Inside, we see huddled the nervous, smiling form of Sylvia Day, making light conversation with Pastor Melody Whitaker, as conversations about where they are begin to give way to a want for comfort. Sleeping curled up on a cot is the scowling form of law student Eric Bell, face minutely twitching as he falls into the confines of a nightmare. The two professors, Austin Carver and Mercedes Swanson, chat quietly, expressions both severe. Then abruptly, we see the third group, sent stumbling out the southeastern side of the forest. Ryan O'Neill and Autumn Sutton huddle close together, hands clutched, as the form of Jasper Riley shifts, eyes glowing faintly yellow, scanning the darkness with a sharpness not usually associated with humans in the dead of night. The hunched form of Layla Sharp glares from behind him, janitorial uniform covered in dirt. Finally, Mary Kate leads them determinedly, trudging toward a town in the distance, glasses cracked and smudged. There is a heavy silence in this group, and each has various injuries, having faced some sort of beast deeper in the woods. Finally, the fourth group has long since left the eastern edges of the forest where they were transported. Faces grim, one member already lost to the greedy hands of forceful Everin knights. Leo Alia leads the pack, smoking gun still clutched in his hands from where he had shot out to buy the group time to escape. Most of them, anyway. Hazel Morse walks by Sawyer Caldwell every so often, checking on a deep spear wound to his shoulder, now fully healed thanks to her help. Although she still made him bandage the thing in case of internal damage she might have missed. Just behind them is the youthful form of Felix Chastain, whose narrowed eyes are fixated on Leo's gun. As the group leaves their final member, Jamie Calladeth, to his fate, hoping to keep moving and throw their attackers off their trail. The game is set. The pieces are in their places, and the countdown has begun. Above it all, the translucent eyes of a familiar observer watch on, and they smile. Everything has gone to plan. That has been the first episode of City of Maced Kingmakers, Startline. I have been your Master of Ceremonies, and we will see you all next time.